the storing customer information. He's worried about different no-code platforms and how secure that is. He wants to know the panel's thoughts on that. So can we? Who would like to grapple that one first? Let's see.
I'll give it a go.
Michael, thank you so much. Take it away.
I mean, I think the other option is that you build these tools yourself and you host the data yourself, and you've got to be, an information architect. You've got to be a security consultant. You've got to be a DBA. You've got to do all of these things right. The great thing about using a no-code tool is that someone has to do it once, and they can do that for all their customers on the same infrastructure. You're just far more likely to make something secure on a no-code tool, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I think there's a chance for it to be like what Michael's suggesting, like more secure. And I think that's partially because, there will be even larger businesses starting to use no code more and more, and they will have even more higher and higher security demands that all of us are going to have to keep hitting higher and higher, security metrics to actually make that possible. So to the, let's say, startup, like the startups that will be created on no code will be like way more secure than they ever were in the past because the enterprises of the world are going to whatever those large companies that you're working with are kind of going to like force the hand to make that happen. So to me, I think there's a chance to what Michael's suggesting, make it more secure.
Mm-hmm. Marcin or Jiaqi, anything to add?
Well, maybe Marcin can go first.
Well, yeah, I don't have really much more to add than when you're choosing a no-code tool. I think just pay attention to whether the company is talking about security and whether they thought about that. That's all I have to add.
Good times. Jiaqi, round us off. Anything, or you're just like, listen, it's done. Let's move it.
Maybe just to point out that everything in life there is a trade-off, right? So meaning like, I don't think there is something that is absolutely secure and nobody can break it. That doesn't exist, right? Even, huge company like Google, Facebook, with all those engineering resources, they still get hacked every year. And that, I think the trade-off will depend on your business model and your customer, right? Getting maybe back to my talk about how to design the experience according to who your customer is. And if your customer is like consumers who really don't care so much about the security level, and there's no obviously regulation issue that will affect your business model, I don't think this should be a huge issue, right? Whether no code or coding. But if you are working, they have mentioned with enterprise clients who have such a high level of security standards, then obviously you need to build things with more robust infrastructure. And you obviously have to ask your no-code vendor whether they are complying with that or not, right? I think most of the solutions in the market, they have pretty high standard already, but maybe some have higher and others have lower. It's something you will need to have an honest conversation with the vendor.
I just remembered about one thing. I had a talk actually with David many months ago. I was testing out the product, playing around with it, and one thing I was asking is whether there is encrypted chat. Can I create an encrypted a chat product, right? Because I do a lot of human rights work besides working with the team in Mailerlite, and that is something that I would love to see more of. Where companies allow these kind of features that can help citizens in different countries fight for freedom and things like that. That kind of security, I'm just waiting for that to happen. More of that to happen.
That's good.